So let me show you my weekend recap, or should I say week recap, before the J-Hope concert. It first started off on Sunday when I went to the Genesis house. It's basically like the Hyundai like warehouse where they kind of showcase the different vehicles that they have. So right now it's the Genesis vehicles, so like those luxury vans that you see. And basically J-Hope, he rented out the basement so that he could do a flower exhibit so that he can give armies bouquets of flowers and stickers, and it was so great. So I'll show you that right now. Just this. Up all night, up all night. My new friends that had met there, they decided that they wanted to go somewhere else that J-Hope had in town. And we really couldn't think of anything. And then I remember that at Magnolia Bakery, they had the J-Hope cupcakes as well as the banana pudding. So we all jumped on it was the B, and we ended up going all the way to Magnolia Bakery, the one on Rockefeller Center area. And we got things there. Now, my friend was supposed to meet us up there, but she still wasn't here. So we ended up going to the cup sleeve. That was for Suga's birthday. And the one that we decided to go to was the one in Chinatown, because that one at least had like a lot of good food. So it had like bean. It was just had everything. And honestly, I don't really like the one in Koreatown, so I thought that this would be the best thing to go to. Finally, we met up my friend at one of the train station stops by Chinatown, and we were able to walk all the way to Sweet Moments. And Sweet Moments, the place was decorated so beautifully. I think they always have like the best Suga cup sleeves, and the food is always amazing there. But I actually think I got food poisoning from there, so who knows? So take my recommendation to eat there with a grain of salt, honestly. But regardless, it was beautiful. I was able to get a Suga pick, like the guitar pick that was always sold out for every day that he had his concert. I was able to buy it, and I was able to get a Jimin MUSE record, which was so great because like all of that was only like $20. So I think it was like a steal. At this point, we had already walked a whole bunch of blocks just to get to Koreatown, and we're at the second like cup sleeve, and I'm kind of pooped. I'm tired, exhausted. I've been up since literally 6 a.m. that morning, but we decided that let's go back to Genesis' house to see if we could get one more bouquet of flower for Brianna, since she wasn't able to make it in time for the opening at 10 a.m. that day. So we ended up taking a bus. The first bus ended up being late because down the block there was this big fire truck and an ambulance, which made the bus delay by like 5 minutes. And at that point I was like, I could have used the bathroom and came back. So we had a good laugh about that. But then when we went to the second bus, how come halfway through the ride they want to switch drivers? And so we're just like, oh my gosh, at this point it's like 4:34, and we're like, we have to get there before 5 o'clock because that's when it ends. And literally we got there exactly at 4:45, and there was no more flowers, and the only thing that was left was the wrapping paper for the bouquet, the photo card with J-Hope's signature, and a couple of stickers. So I was really bummed out for Brianna, but I decided that it's okay, I can always share my flowers, because at the end of the day, sharing is caring, and you should always want your friends to have the same experience as you. So at this point, like, we ran to get to the front of the doors, and both of us are tired, and we decide let's go upstairs on the third floor to get something from the cafe. When I tell you, this cafe was beautiful, and oh my gosh, this drink that they gave me was so amazing. Me and Brianna just ended up chatting and laughing and talking about how we got into K-pop, and just talking about what photo cards that we want for the future and what photo cards that we have currently. And we decided that we should trade photo cards in the future. So then we ended up just taking the train back to Penn Station, and we got some chicken quickly at BBQ Chicken, and then we parted ways from there. I ended up going by my sister, and then I decided that I would just sleep over her house because the next day I wanted to go to the Jimmy Fallon show. The next day at my sister's house, I woke up early with her so that we can get ready because I wanted to go to the Jimmy Fallon show. I got waitlisted for the Jimmy Fallon recordings. And at the time, I was just waiting for them to email me the QR code. And I thought it was just best to go in person and see if they can send it to me quickly instead of me sitting here and waiting. So I got up, we got dressed, we ate breakfast together, and me and my sister took the train all the way to Times Square, and then we walked. Finally, we get to the Jimmy Fallon show area, and my sister, she works right there, 2 blocks away. So we both went in, and they said that they don't give out any tickets until 10 a.m. Now, mind you, every day since the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the past days, I came in and I asked them, what time do I have to be here to pick up my ticket? And each time they said 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m. Now, why do I come here around 9:30ish? And they said they had given away all the standby tickets. At that point, I didn't really care for a standby ticket because, again, I was waitlisted and they said they were going to email me my ticket. But imagine if I wanted a standby ticket and they kept saying I had to be here at 10 a.m. That would have pissed me off, honestly. At this point, I think it was lunchtime, and I had some lunch, had a phone call with a friend, and then I decided to go back around 2 o'clock because I wanted to see my sister. Usually me and my sister, we have lunch. So I was just let me see if she wants to go take a walk because that's what she said she wanted to do prior that morning. Now, for whatever reason, I decided, hey, I'm looking at my email. I still haven't got my QR code yet. So me and my sister, we both went to the Jimmy Fallon show, and they said that I should just email them. So I ended up emailing them, and they said that, you can't get in without a QR code, and if you want to do standby, you just have to wait until standby was done if I don't get my QR code in time. So now I'm stressing out because why put me on a wait list? Why email me that you're gonna send me a ticket and then I'm waiting for my ticket and I don't have it? So they said that the show starts around 5, but to be lined up for 2:45. So it's still 2 o'clock, and I decided, hey, let me just sit here and wait until it's time. So I'm there, and you can't sit in this area. You can't sit anywhere in the Jimmy Fallon building. So I'm okay, so this is annoying. So I just stand and I'm looking in the gift shop, and finally it's time to line up. So I line up and I'm waiting online, and I got the email back from them saying that my issue has been recorded and that they're going to email me soon. So I'm okay, great. I'll get my QR code soon. So I'm waiting, and I don't get the email. And so I go back to the kiosk, and the lady says, you're just going to have to wait and see. So at this point, I'm pissed off because it's I talk to everybody I can, and nobody's giving me a straight answer, and it's just annoying because what's the point of me sitting and waiting around? I end up finding a Saturday Night Live t-shirt that I really liked and end up going to cash register. Now tell me why. I come up to this cash register and the lady says, everybody over there on the left who's lining up with the standby blue ticket, they're not going to get in. The venue is already packed. And I'm why are you telling me this? Why aren't you telling them so that they know they should go home if that's the case? And she's just well, we just have to sit and wait because not everybody up there is going to be able to sit in the audience, so we're not sure just yet. So mind you, at this point, I'm just going to go home because it's 4 o'clock and the recording is going to start at 5 and my sister is going to be finished with work. So tell me I waited there until my sister came. 30 minutes. So and all, since this lady has told me they're not going to get up there, it's been 52 minutes. And then finally someone comes to the front, and instead of saying sorry folks and all that, they said the venue is full and the Jimmy Fallon show is recorded Monday to Friday. Like, as though this is some stupid announcement. Like, people don't know that. Like, no explanation on why the venue is full and why they have over 50, well, I think at least 50 people with standby tickets, yet you knew from an hour ago that they were never going to get in. Why make these people stand there for an hour just to turn them away? I just think that's wickedness. And NBC Studio, you guys are very unorganized. How are you having QR codes and you're not scanning the QR codes to see how many people are there? And how you overbook a venue over 100 people? Because this is not only the people who weren't able to get in. It gets worse from here. So we go by the stairs where they let everybody up to go see the Jimmy Fallon show. Tell me why at least 50 people come down those stairs saying that they overbooked the venue. And so in my head, I'm like, wait, they had 50 people on standby, and then they had another 50 people come down these stairs. How do you not know how many seats you have in a venue? And how do you overbook someone 100 people? I understand you overbook maybe 25 people because you think some people wouldn't show up. But at least 100 overbooked is ridiculous, especially for someone as big as BTS. Like, every time BTS comes, the venue is packed. They never have extra standby. So I don't know why they did it this time. Mind you, I think that, I think that JK did 2 recording sessions. So maybe they thought it was going to be like something like that. So they overbooked anticipating that, but they never did a second recording session. So here is me and the other girls just like standing, waiting around, and like a girl like burst out crying because she came since the beginning of this week, and every day she would come so that she could get her standby ticket, and just to be like turned away, it was really sad, especially since no one was apologetic at all. Throughout this whole thing, they said, oh, well, it's a first come, first serve, and you never know. Like, you don't talk to people like that when you see them crying over something that obviously means a lot to them. And I literally had to say, why don't you guys take accountability and just admit that you guys overbooked and you did not anticipate as many people as you thought you did? They didn't care. And I don't blame them for not caring, but don't throw the people out after you made them wait for over an hour knowing that it was overbooked. I just think that is cruelty and wickedness. You had the people wait an hour when you knew that they weren't going to get in, and now that they're crying and sad, you just want to kick them out? That is ridiculous. And NBC, you guys need to do better, because we're the people who come to your recordings so that you guys stay in business, and this is how you treat us. It's wrong. It needs to be fixed.
Well, Mr. Krabs, do you want to know what I think? Mr. Krabs! Yaga, hugga, mergan, wallet! Zippy, bibby, spin! Ribby, libby, gibby, shibba, Mr. Krabs' wallet!
It's Mr. Lee! Mr. Lee! Mr. Lee, hi!
Oh, two?
Okay, so that was actually so crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my gosh, what is this? What is this lighting?
It's the lights in behind us.
Okay. Let's hang here for just a second.
Oh, this is a workout.
Okay.
My name's Chelsea.
Oh yes, guys, I made a new friend.
Hi.
Chelsea.
Yes, Chelsea for here, or about Chelsea for my K-pop account.
Ooh, K-pop account. Period.
Yes. Well, now I'm trying to make for Black BTS ARMY in New York. I'm trying to make a collective. So I don't know.
Okay.
I just started it recently. Okay, so join if you can.
Okay, so we just Sorry, I just burped. We just saw J-Hope.
Yes.
We just saw J-Hope, like, actually, and don't talk to us.
Like, I was by his window, and he was at the stoplight, and I was like, hey. Like, I was shaking. I couldn't even pick up my phone. I was like...
No, literally. Okay, there's a whole lore. Like, I'll go more in detail about it later. But I'm just so, like, I can't believe it. I'm starstruck. I'm starstruck. Like, people ran across the street.
Yeah.
It was such a long day. Like, it's just been such a long last, like, 4 hours.
Yeah, I've been up since, like, 5 a.m.
We earned it, seeing J-Hope, okay? Like,
Yeah.
everyone was super excited, and it might sound like, oh, you're exaggerating, but, like, no, we earned it.
Yeah.
we,
Because we worked hard today to try to even, like, get the tickets, and then we didn't get the tickets because they overbooked everybody. And, yeah.
But, yeah, this is... Right now, we're going to walk to the Line Friend store. And, yeah, I just decided to whip out the camera and give a little update. Because that was insane. I just wanted to catch my immediate feelings. Like, I just have so much adrenaline. Oh, English. I just have so much adrenaline, so much like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, ah!
And it's like, I'm just glad we got to see him. That's all I can say. Yeah, I can't wait for the concert on Thursday and Friday.
We'll see you then.
At least the day wasn't a waste. We ended up making a group chat for all the people that were still there, and we stayed until J-Hope came out of the garage, and he was able to wave at us, and I even got a small interaction by his window, and he, like, you know, smiled and as they drove away. So that was something. So at the end of the day, it really wasn't a waste, and I even made a friend. Her name's Tabitha. I will link her social media down below. Tuesday, I didn't really do anything. After that whole Jimmy Fallon show, I went home and I was so exhausted. I literally took a bath and I couldn't even watch the Jimmy Fallon show because I was so tired from waiting around that whole day in anticipation of seeing him. So Tuesday just went to school. I fell asleep in the car, did my homework, and went to bed because on Wednesday is when my friends won the sweepstakes for the TikTok challenge that J-Hope put on Weverse.
She's the owner of till there's nothing left but diamond necklace on you, girl. I just wanna love you like, love you like, love you like that, yeah. Love you like, love you like, love you like that, yeah. Love me right, love me right, love me right that, yeah. Love me right, love me right, love me right that. You should never sleep alone, 'cause you'll always take you home. When there's nothing left but diamond necklace on you, girl.
Thank you so much for watching. Please watch my short videos of me in Vegas and how V winked at me. You can also watch my vlog for day 1 of the J-Hope concert, as well as the playlist down below to know more about me.